Hello there, welcome to Inquiring Minds. My name is Doug and I'm back with today's fountain pen review, this Majohn 400. Whenever Majohn, Mooman, Asvine comes out with a new model pen, the first question is always, which pen model are they copying today? And I'm not going to speculate. I'll let you inquiring minds out there suggest which fountain pen design they are hijacking this time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Keep it clean. All I know right now is that I like it. It's short and fat, just like me.
Who's fat?
So we'll call it the Doug Rathman signature model. Let's see if it writes any better than I do right now. Another packet from China, and I have no idea what it is. Let's find out. I know what it is. This is the new Majohn 400. Let's get it out of its condom here. And there we have it. Beautiful blue, white cap, a roller clip, nice thick section. Barrel shaped, very reminiscent of a Mont Blanc 149 size section. So I'll have to find a blue ink for it and put it through its paces. The Majohn 400. I will show the parts and features of this pen, some size comparisons, some measurements, and then do a writing sample. After the writing sample, I'll talk about what I like and what I don't like so much about this fountain pen. Overall, as I said in the intro, this pen is short and fat.
Stop it! Cut it out! I have a glandular problem.
I like the fat part. This section is nice and thick and almost the same size and shape as the section on the Mont Blanc 149 and the Jinhao X159. The combination of the white cap and end finial with this lovely shimmering and chatoyant crushed ice style acrylic and gold colored metal hardware is very attractive. From the top we see the flat top with a small conical disc medallion in the center. The top finial tapers up to a gold metal clip ring that holds the roller clip in place. The clip is identical to the one on the Moonman M800 and derives from the Italian tradition. The white turned acrylic cap continues to taper up to 3 gold metal bands, 2 thin ones and 1 thick one. The thick one has a Greek key design, laser etched in negative relief, and I think it's very attractive. There is no branding on the outside of this pen. The blue turned acrylic barrel is completely straight to a beveled gold metal ring that separates the white acrylic faux blind cap from the barrel, and the bottom of that finial has got a slight conical shape to it. And this blind cap is not removable. I believe it's glued in place. The cap unscrews with 1.5 turns with acrylic on metal threads to reveal the thick tapering section that has a small flare towards the number 6 size steel Moonman fine nib and black plastic feed. The section is a really nice shape, and these threads are very smooth. Let's take a closer look at this nib. It is a traditional Moonman number 6 size steel nib. It has some border scroll work, Moonman, the Moonman symbol logo, China, and an F for fine. The nib and feed are part of a nib assembly that unscrews for replacement or maintenance. The section unscrews to reveal the included cartridge converter that has a metal reinforced nipple and a spring agitator. The nozzle is gold colored metal and has Majohn laser etched on it. The inside of the cap shows a step milled into the acrylic that meets up with the top of the section to seal the nib from evaporation. Cap posts deeply and very securely on that faux blind cap, which was actually designed for that purpose. The cap is very light and doesn't significantly backweight the pen. I like to write with it posted very much, and unposted it is just long enough to be comfortable to write with. I bought this pen from Sally's Easy Buy shop on Etsy for $30 US, and it's available in 3 colors: this dark blue, orange, and sky blue, and the nibs are available in 2-tone gold or silver. Now let's look at some size comparison. And here is the Majohn 400 in blue with a Jinhao 100 Centennial in Galaxy, a Jinhao X159, a Moonman M800 in Galaxy, and an Asvine P20 piston filler. Now let's look at them posted. And here they are posted. The Jinhao 100 Centennial doesn't post well at all. The Majohn 400, the Jinhao X159, and the Moonman M800 post very well indeed. And the sections on the Moonman M400 and the Jinhao X159 are very similar in size, with the Moonman 400 being slightly longer in the section. Now let's look at them unposted. And here they are unposted. You can see the Majohn 400 being on the short side, unposted. Now let's look at some measurements, and I'll be back with a writing sample. And we're back with the writing portion of the review. This is Clairefontaine 90 GSM paper, and this is the Majohn 400, and it has a number 6 size steel fine nib. Let's check the wetness. Not wet at all. Very, very dry. And the nib is smooth with some feedback, but even though it is relatively smooth, it is unforgiving. There's no bounce to this nib at all. It is a steel nail, and I dislike it as much as I dislike most Moonman nibs. I don't think I've ever had a Moonman nib that I've actually continued to use, and I've typically replaced them all in any Moonman pens I really like. I really like the Moonman M800, but it has a Leonardo nib in it. So the nib isn't exactly scratchy at all. In fact, it's relatively smooth, but I just really dislike writing with it because it is so stiff. So, as you can imagine, there's no line variation at all. And because the nib is so dry, I tried my 7 strokes to inky happiness, and that nib just doesn't want to flex at all, and it doesn't make it any wetter. And the ink is Pelikan, Edelstein, Sapphire, which is already a fairly dry ink. And here are some close matches to this ink from inkswatch.com. The line the nib makes is 0.3 millimeters, which makes it a Western extra fine to extra fine, or a Japanese extra fine to fine on my Richard Binder line width chart, which you can find linked in the description below. And for our quote: and for some reverse writing, almost running out of ink, very scratchy. And for some quick writing, yeah, just extremely dry. It's keeping up okay, but there's not a lot of ink getting to that nib. So what do I like and what do I not like so much about this fountain pen? I like the looks of this pen and the nicely thick and comfortable section very, very much indeed. I like the way it posts and feels in the hand posted, but I can't write with this nib. I've been anxiously awaiting this review so I could show you the awful nib and then pull it out for something nicer.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Because I do want to continue writing with this pen, but not if it's going to give me shin splints of the fingers. So let's see, what should I swap into this pen? How about a generic number 6 Jinhao nib? Then it would be a Majohn Jin, and these nibs here are cheap like borscht. The trick is, in any nib swap, to use the nib collar and feed of the recipient pen. And then use some gripping material to grab the shoulders of the nib and pull it out of the collar. Just like that. Then take the feed from the Majohn 400, put the Jinhao number 6 nib on it, line it up, and these feeds are keyed, so find the key, there it goes, and push it in. Make sure it's lined up. Get some ink down into the feed and give it a try. Much better. How about that for wetness? That's much better. I don't know where this nib came from, but it's nicely wet. Needs a little bit of alignment, but this will work on this pen. Now, if you don't want to go through all the trouble of pulling the nib, you can also use an Asvine nib unit, because they're identical to Moonman nib units. Just unscrew the other one and screw in the new one. This one is from an Asvine P20, and for some reason the Asvine nibs are better than the Moonman standard nibs, even though I think they're all made in the same place. The one thing you need to worry about when swapping nibs with a standard number 6 is cap clearance, mostly because the standard number 6 nibs fit these Moonman units very nicely, but you got to watch out for the length. The good thing is that the Majohn 400 has some excellent cap clearance on it, so you can probably put a Jovo, a Bach, a Schmidt nib in there if you make sure to use the Majohn Moonman feed and color unit. And there you have it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to get instant notifications whenever a new video is posted. And you can join as a member of my channel for only 99 cents a month, and I guarantee I'll answer your comments in the comment section, and you'll get cool emojis, badges, and sneak peek unboxing videos as well. And that just leaves it for me to say thank you. For watching, and that's all she wrote.
I made this.